Waking up on incoming data traffic is possible after the TCP data connection is established. So I'll tell about that. Setting up a TCP server. Your network provider is the one providing services for assigning those public network IP addresses. You need a card that supports such addresses in order to have your server, so to say, visible on the Internet. Note the APN, access point network name, as you will need it in this procedure. In my case, this is T-Mobile D. I hope you can see it. After we did the basic commands for starting the TCP configuration, there are some specific AT commands that are for setting up a server. The AT commands flow and recommended procedure is to be found in documentation, very well described. So the setting up the server finishes with obtaining IP address and the TCP port of the server. If you take a look at those concatenated AT commands at the beginning, 4 of them, those are common commands used to determine the network connection provider. With violet square are marked those AT commands that are for setting the TCP connection, right-hand side. And those below are common commands for the only commands for the server, marked red, showing specific server settings for obtaining IP address and the port number. Once the server is up and running, in this case we assume it is, we can proceed with configuring the TCP client. Setting up a TCP client starts exactly like with setting up the server. Note down your access point network name and take care to have your PIN number correctly typed. You can see here that we use the same AT commands at the beginning for the PIN status and general provided information, followed by the specific TCP commands. I can't see my pointer exactly, okay. For setting up the client, marked green. In the right corner, below, presented commands are for requesting the connection with the server. Connect OK means the TCP connection has been established. You may send some data and finish your message by typing Ctrl-Z key combination. Once you have your connection established, you can send data in the other direction too, from the server to client. So, the server can answer. It needs, however, the local IP address of the client. You'll find it also in the output screen of the server as a remote address. On this slide, you have those specific commands marked. I mentioned also one wake-up procedure with data income. At this point, you can manage it. As long as you have your server and client configured and connected, one can wake up another with data sending. For testing purposes, here in this screenshot, I typed first AT command for putting the module into a sleep, so-called slow clock mode, and as before, after sending the data, module is awake for a short time frame, and I type command for waking up, as presented on this screenshot. You could see I typed it immediately, so it is concatenated. This is all we prepared for today. We have a few minutes for questions. You can also see our data on the last slide, and I'm encouraging you to use them for any further question or those questions that we, out of some reason, don't cover today. So I'm waiting for the questions. Looks like my voice level was not good enough. You will have the possibility to listen to the presentation also on YouTube channel, and we can re-record it if it's needed. You will also get the information in a presentation, and please use the contact data for any further question. I've got a question about the TCP IP connection and the SIM card that is needed. Some providers are allowing users to use SIM card only for making some voice traffic or data traffic, but there are some SIM cards that are not that affordable, allowing user to have open network public IP addresses. You have to ask for it. You have to explicitly ask for such card and ask provider for giving you for purchasing such card with the provider. The keyword is public network IP addresses. We can help with the provider for searching such cards. If you have any issues, we can help you find, or we can also sell cards. I see a few more questions. There is one question, very specific. I suggest to be answered in email, as we could help with that. So the card, TCP IP card with public network. The question about PPP protocol, I have to note down. I'll come back to you with the answer. There are some internet protocols that are not supported. That TCP is explicitly supported and tested. For PPP, I have to check it out. If you have further questions, I'm still here. So I see questions. Still I have. Okay, we've just got the information. You will get an email anyhow with all the data, with our contact data, with the presentation, and those persons who ask for specific SIM cards information you will get.
Okay, this is Hans again. Thank you for listening, and as Tatjana mentioned, if you have any questions regarding the modules, regarding SIM cards, regarding any other products related to Quectel modules, for example our Ranger, then please do not hesitate to ask. You will also have the opportunity to visit us at the Electronica 2012 in Munich, so if you have time, you're of course invited to come to our booth. We are in Hall 4 on booth 139, so any time you have, please come see us. Then you can get more information about the modules, the GSM, GPRS modules, and any other Atlantic electronic products. Okay, then thanks for today.